The 1812 DP, this 118-day double pro product. So for starters, the 118-day, can lead to some concerns just because you hear the maturity date. But as you'll see the plot results later on, this thing, from a moisture perspective, if it's harvested after 22%, it will be within a half point of our 115-day products that are in this plot, as well as our historical one had been 6542. So yes, it's got 118-day sort of yield potential, but from a moisture perspective, it certainly starts to lose the moisture pretty well. More husk opens up and dry down is pretty good once you get it down into the low 20s, that it'll be comparable. This product, so you see a lot of ear size variability. A dry June, a pounding rain after planting, that leads to some of these inconsistent ear heights, as well as just that high level of stress in June as well. You'll see, the different ear sizes. The one here on the in my right hand is an 18 around versus one that is a 20, and just you see the level of stress that the 20 around ear, that extra stress, it caused it to zipper up here as we moved through pollination and into the early reproductive stages, where this one just started giving up kernels, and you really started to see it pull in on itself with some of these ears that had 20 around. So primarily, if you see an ear that looks like that, it usually has 20 around, whereas the one that was at 18, you see the more consistent ear size. So this is another one that can go 18, 20, even some 22s around, and obviously that's going to affect the length of it. This little beer can style ears just going to hover right around 20 with the total number of kernels, and that's even lower with that big zipper going down to the middle. But this product has got tremendous grain depth. It's still pretty early on. This has only got about a defined dent starting to form in, and the milk line starting to get established. So this one has got a ways to go. But you can see from the kernel size, it's got a nice thick deep kernel, almost like candy corn almost sometimes. So this thing has the potential to add on yield late with the vast amount of kernels that are out here as well. So I'm a little bit dubious it's going to be able to fully express itself, considering the start to September, we're going to add a lot more heat, and finishing crops off whenever you've got days in the 90s and then night times that are hovering above 70. It's a bad combo to try to get this plant to be able to progress slowly through the dent stage. So this product may not be able to fully express itself in terms of its yield potential, just because of how much it still has to go, and with the way the seasons lined up. But this one has shown some really strong promise the last couple years with the yield potential that we've had out of it. So for 118, this is definitely one that we're trying to see how far north we can drag, because the yield is there in a lot of places that it's too exciting of a product to completely ignore.